Hello everybody, welcome back. After a brief hiatus, we're back. Welcome to the Weeb Couch episode 11. Sorry for the wait, guys. I know it's been a few weeks. Sadly it was unavoidable, but the important thing is we're back and we've got a brilliant episode today. As always, I'm Mason. Joining me today,
it's the one and only Dan. We're back, bitches.
Let's go.
You wanted it. You got it. People who didn't want it. Why are you here? Get out of here.
Just click off the video. You gave us the views though, so thank you.
Exactly.
We got a great episode today. Obviously, covering the anime, manga, comics, games, film, as well as all the latest pop culture news. You know how it goes. So, without further ado, Dan, we can jump into your anime.
So, I think we can speak for both of us here in saying that we picked two very dark anime.
It wasn't even my intention as well. We were just like, oh, I recently finished this one. Why don't we talk about it? Yeah, they are incredibly dark.
So, what I watched is Hellsing Ultimate.
Yes. Brilliant show, man.
Oh my god. Not all I have to say, but the first thing I want to start off with, holy shit, watch it.
Yes.
On Netflix right now, go watch it. Do
Absolutely. It. Yeah. It's insane. It's insanely good.
Oh my god. It's so good. So, I'll give you a plot summary pretty much. Baz vampire named Alucard. Oh, Dracula backwards.
Do you get it?
Obviously Dracula would name his son Alucard.
Yeah.
So. He's a slave of the Hellsing organization, which are an organization that hunts and kills unwanted vampires with the help of Alucard. Kind of ass backwards, don't you think? And so things are all good until a huge, very fat neo-Nazi major decides to start an army of ghouls and vampires, and destroys London and the Hellsing organization. You heard me right, neo-Nazi.
Neo-Nazi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then everything goes crazy, shit starts blowing up, and I'm not going to go too into it, but it's not very deep. But if you want a deep story, you're not going to be watching a vampire anime.
Yeah,
you're not going to this isn't your Castlevania shit. Like, it's good and it has a deep story and lore because it's based off of the games. This ain't that.
Yeah.
It's straight up hell.
It's carnage.
And it's phenomenal. That's it. It is just phenomenal. The characters, oh my god, they are amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Can we just talk about Alucard's character design as well? Like, what a brilliantly created, just from appearance, character.
Perfect.
He just looks so sick.
And his voice actor?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Great.
It's
amazing.
One of the most stereotypically, cool anime characters out there.
Jotaro, what?
He's cooler than Jotaro, I can't lie. He is cooler than Jotaro.
Oh god, no. God yeah. But and the animation and art, jeez, it is good. It's good for the time. Like, holy shit.
It's like 2006 or something, right?
Yeah. 2006, 2012.
Yeah.
It is great.
Yeah, it's
really good. And spoiler alert, this anime is no for children. Please don't watch it with your goddamn 5-year-old brother or sister coming in, seeing this.
It's
every fight scene is brutal as fuck.
Yeah.
Everything. So gory and explicit. It is amazing. Guns, swords, mutilated bodies. It's perfect if you just want to seek absolute carnage.
It is the stereotypical anime, not for kids.
It's amazing. Yeah, just like a few episodes after Madoka Magica.
Oh, yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
This ain't your children's anime,
Jeez.
but it is.
I didn't
Just
even know about Madoka Magica. I started watching it like thinking it would just be like a Cardcaptor Sakura clone, and I was like, okay, okay.
God no, you're in for a real treat if you watch that.
Yeah.
But pretty much all everything else I have to say about this: get off your ass, grow some balls, and watch it.
Yes.
It will not disappoint you in any way.
Yeah.
Like it is so good. Stop watching Death Note. Stop watching Naruto. That's some baby shit.
Yeah.
You watch Hellsing Ultimate.
If you want like more of a story based one, then watch just Hellsing, the original, which I think is 24 episodes.
Yeah.
Whereas Hellsing Ultimate is like a condensed sort of abridged version of it.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which focuses way more
episodes.
on the action than the story. But yeah, everyone agrees that Ultimate is the superior version of it.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want something to laugh at, laugh with, to do with Hellsing, watch the abridged version on YouTube.
Yes.
It is hilarious.
Team 4-star, absolute legends, king of abridged series. So good.
They did Dragon Ball. They've done Hellsing Ultimate. They are
Sword Art
quality.
Online as well. Sword Art Online
that'll be a
is
real
just 10
treat.
times better than Sword Art Online, the original. Yeah.
No matter what, all I have to say, watch this anime or the abridged or both. Do both.
Yes,
It is
I've seen
amazing.
both, and it's just
it is beautiful. All right. I think that's all I have to say. Really, it's just go watch it.
Yeah.
Go watch.
Let's hear a rating then. Out of 10, what we giving Hellsing Ultimate?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5,
Easily.
man.
8.5 out of 10.
Brilliant.
I'll give it. It is amazing. And now onto something just as gory.
Yep. So Hellsing Ultimate is on Netflix. You can check it out. I'm going to be talking about a Netflix original anime, which obviously is on Netflix as well. Devilman Crybaby. Oh my god.
What an anime, man.
Wow. This is like Netflix have been doing good with the anime, I gotta say. Well, I don't know. It's a mixed bag, but when they're good, they're really good. So we got Castlevania.
Yeah.
We got certain like season 2 of Seven Deadly Sins, like
Kakegurui.
Oh my god, yeah. And obviously Devilman Crybaby continues the trend. You know, just forget Dragon's Dogma. You know, get that out of there. That's the outlier of bad Netflix. Anyway. Yeah, but
Beastars. Holy shit.
Beastars, yes.
Completely forgot.
Co-produced by
as
Netflix.
well.
Yes, brilliant.
Yeah.
We got so Devilman Crybaby is a sort of loose adaptation / like soft reboot. It's not really connected, but it's connected in name and like general premise to the 1990s show The Devilman, which, like many of the late 90s, early 2000s anime, is good when you watch the sub. It's trash when you watch the dub. It's a good show, like with ghost stories as well. You watch the sub, it's alright. It's an alright show. You watch the dub, it's another level. But yeah, it's sort of
you watch the dub for a good night out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's sort of like it sort of follows the same basic plot, but it's more adapted to the modern age. I think Devilman Crybaby came out around 2015, 2016. I can't exactly remember. But it's definitely more adapted to the modern age. So the basic story is the same. Akira Fudo, I believe he's called, is a, your typical mild-mannered high school anime protagonist. Nerd! Yep. And he's sort of drifting through life, not really doing anything extraordinary, not standing out, until he bumps into his good friend Rio. Rio is like this super intelligent, like super like cold kid. This guy who's studied in America, so he could speak fluent English, even though his voice actor is Japanese. Now that might sound terrible, but it actually, I think it's like really soothing when he speaks in English. It sounds really cool. But yeah, so Rio is like a demonologist type, like supernatural researcher type guy. I can't remember his official title. And I don't want to get too deep into spoilers because the show gets pretty deep with its narrative. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's very in depth with the story. The story. But Akira, things happen, and Akira gains the ability to transform into a devil man. So half man, half demon. He his hair grows big. He gets wings. He gets like fur on his body and stuff like that. And
He's not a furry though.
He's not a furry. Not a furry. He's still more man than human. Don't worry. More man than human. More man than animal.
Congratulations.
And sort of the show basically revolves around the conflict between him and Rio, because Rio is like, he has to kill these guys. Akira being his best friend and such. And it's sort of how Akira's personality changes. He becomes like less of this sort of wholesome nerdy guy and more of this like cold sort of Jotaro-esque character who just hates everyone and just thinks he's way cooler than he is.
Yeah. He literally goes from the virgin to the Chad.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
All the girls swoon over him.
Yeah, there's this great scene where he's just walking down the corridor in his school, and there's just like girls sort of just crowding around him and trying to speak to him and stuff. It's just and sort of the main pull comes from like the character study of, well, at least for me, the character study of Akira, like how he changes and how like he sort of struggles with his other persona now, and but Rio is like I watched the original Devilman and I was like, yeah, the characters in this are kind of meh. But now in Devilman Crybaby, Rio is probably in my top 5 anime characters ever.
Oh yeah.
He is so like effortlessly cool, but he's not like edgy cool in like the Jotaro way where he's trying way too hard. He is just like he just handles everything sort of, calmly and things like that. He very rarely gets angry. And yeah, and you will just enjoy watching Rio whenever he's on screen. The opening, just want to throw that out there, the opening slaps. It's very like unconventional anime opening. It's like choir sort of just deep booming drums and stuff like that, chanting. Very, very like, yeah, it's very good though. I love it. Animation, wow. I could talk for ages about the animation, man. All you need to know is it is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's weird. It's weird that I'm comparing it to Mob Psycho 100, which is a completely different show. But the animation sort of gives you that same sort of vibe as like super cartoonish, but it's depicting very realistic things.
Yeah.
Obviously not in the fight scenes from Mob Psycho 100 because they're the furthest thing from realism, but like in the environments and the character designs, very realistic, but presented in a very cartoony way. That's the only. I'm not an animation man. That's the best way I can describe it. But
I would put it on a similar quality in style to Monogatari and effort to the Dragon Ball Super Brawling movie. Yes. I would say in that. Yeah. I would say in that.
Yes, and I know there's a special Japanese name for that kind of animation, but I can't remember what it is. And
yeah, neither can I.
Yeah, it is absolutely brilliant show. Like Dan says, very dark. It gets very gory. There's a scene at like this big party, this big rave, early on in the show. One of my favorite. It's hard to call it a fight scene. It's a massacre, but it's one of my favorite
so bloody.
It's one of my favorite sort of depictions of fighting in anime, just because of how well animated it is and how sort of like it's just they knew what they were doing when they were making this. Like this just reeks of competent design, like all the set design and all the character designs. This just reeks of like competence and experience, and I can't remember the exact studio which made this anime. It was supervised by Netflix, but they are just top tier. and go and look it up because I can't remember. But watch something else by them.
Science Saru.
Never heard of him. But
That's the studio.
Yeah,
That's the studio. Yeah.
look them up. If there's anything like watch something else they've done after, of course, you watch Devilman Crybaby because it is amazing. Obviously, all of the
short as well.
Yeah, it's short. I think it's 12 episodes or 13. Yeah,
I think it's 12. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant show. All the other demons, I just want to throw that out there. All the other demons as well, apart from Akira, such unique design. Like, man.
Yeah, mate.
Very well drawn. It is an original anime, so there's no manga. Just like Devilman was original anime as well. There are a few scenes that are like copied in Devilman Crybaby from Devilman, and I just thought that was really cool. There's like a bathtub demon scene, which is it's quite laughable in the Devilman of how like incompetently it is done. But Devilman Crybaby, it's actually really goddamn freaky. Yeah. Another anime to not watch with young children. Another anime to I breezed.
Or parents.
Yeah. Or
parents.
Yeah. No parents as well. There's a lot of, and it has, you know, the Devilman Crybaby run has dethroned the Naruto run for me on the most meme-worthy anime run. I love it. That's probably what most people know the series for, to be honest. The running race.
Oh yes. Gas.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, check out Devilman Crybaby. Absolutely brilliant adaptation of the 90s source material, but completely changing it for a modern audience. Oh, also, before I finish off, I just want to give a shout out to my rapper boy, who appears in several episodes. He's kind of fire. He's kind of spitting fire. I dig. Like, he opens a few episodes with like this rap number. I love that. He sounds great.
He sure does. Make sure to, if you watch the anime, make sure to look out for him. He's a very pivotal character in the plot. Trust me.
No,
I'm not lying.
I just had to throw him in there. I love it. Yeah. So Devilman Crybaby, I gotta go with a strong 8. My only complaint with it is that I would like it to be longer. I would like that to be.
I was just gonna say my only complaint with it is that it's too short.
Yeah.
I want to watch more.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah.
It's such a shame.
I pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, it's its own standalone thing, which, as it is 12 episodes and it does get very deep. It does get very deep with the narrative. Like, there are some scenes which could have been fleshed out more. Like, there could have been some concepts that were explored more, but altogether, brilliant show. Such a shame that it's only 12 episodes, but go and watch it. Watch it on Netflix. Absolutely brilliant. And with Netflix, like, I'm hyped to see what Netflix cooks up next with anime, because I know they got the Godzilla Singular Point anime that's coming out soon. Very excited for that. They got the Pacific Rim anime. I can't remember the exact
title.
Yeah, Pacific Rim anime. Looks very cool. They've also got an adaptation of Eden. Not the horror gore manga Eden, but the more kid-friendly shonen manga Eden, which is coming out later this year. And Netflix looks good, man. But for now, immerse yourself in Hellsing Ultimate Devilman Crybaby. Very
beautiful and truly gory anime to watch on a Valentine's evening.
Yeah,
very perfect for it.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So that's it for the anime section. We're gonna move straight on to my manga. This is an inverted manga, as I usually call them. So it's a manga that was based off of an anime. So the anime came first. My manga is Voices of a Distant Star from 2002, and I wanted to review this manga because I recently rewatched the short film that it's based on, the anime short film. I think it's like 40 minutes long. Very, very good. It's by Makoto Shinkai, the director of Your Name, Weathering with You, 5 centimeters per second.
Oh, wow.
Good, brilliant guy. This is, it's not the best by him, like because he wrote the movie. He's wrote the manga as well, so it's still true to the source material. It's not his best. Like, the plot is very simplistic and it's very short. The movie's 45 minutes. The manga is only 10 chapters. So it's based around, it's like a sort of love story that's based around these two childhood friends, and it's set in the far future, and one of the friends, she gets selected for like this military program to go into space and sort of like fight this alien, this like massive big unnamed alien threat that's threatening the Earth. And it sort of follows her text conversations to her friend back on Earth. And because of how far away she is, it takes like, because of how far away she's going, it like takes progressively longer for the messages to be received. So I think it starts with like, it takes like a week between her sending the message and him receiving it. But then by the end of the manga, it's like years. I think it's like 5 or 6 years. And, you know, it's your standard romance anime. It's sort of heartbreaking. There's a lot of like cute, wholesome moments, I suppose you could say. The mechs look very cool, even though obviously it's not about the mechs. Like, they fight these alien things in like big mechs, and the mechs look fine. For a 2002 adaptation, they look good. Like, you know, anything after Evangelion, obviously there's going to be influences there. But yeah, they look good enough. The two characters are compelling enough so that there's like the story is told in two halves. There's the girl who is up in space. There's the boy who's back on Earth. And it's sort of, I was much more interested in the boy's story because it's about him sort of trying to. It starts with him, you know, eagerly awaiting the text messages and like, you know, waiting all these weeks and months. But then it's sort of him sort of going like, I need to get on with my own life and I need to stop basing my life around whether she's gonna reply. We all feel that.
Stop simping.
It's, yeah, I would say give it a read if you have like an hour to spare. It really didn't take me that long to read it all. Like I said, it's only 10 chapters. And it's a good little snippet. I would recommend the anime over it because obviously it's a Makoto Shinkai film, so the visuals are absolutely stunning, as always, as to be expected from him. But yeah, I would recommend the anime over the manga, but the manga is still good for like, you know, if you're going somewhere, if you're on the go, it's a short read. And that's all I really have to say about it. They could develop the girl character a little bit more because her character is just, I'm in space and I'm sad because I want to be on Earth with this guy. So it could be a little bit better, but I really enjoyed the guy's story, and he's sort of moving on. He's meeting new friends. He's training for a job, stuff like that. Moving from childhood to adulthood, as is the case with a few Makoto Shinkai works. You know, Garden of Words comes to mind, and that's pretty much all I have for this manga. It's sort of dredged up from like the depths of Makoto Shinkai's catalogue. This is one that's pretty much forgotten about, and I can see why, because compared to stuff like Your Name, it really, like, is really not comparable. But yeah, Voices of a Distant Star, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. It's good to waste some time on. But there's nothing really like groundbreaking or captivating here. But yeah. So Dan, let's talk about your manga, which I know you are excited to talk about.
Oh, it's the one and only One Punch Man manga.
Let's go.
Let's just say I am such a fan of the first season of One Punch Man the anime that I just had to read the manga because of who draws it. In my opinion, one of the best manga artists of all time, Yusuke Murata. He is phenomenal. He's also a big fan of Dragon Ball, and he's actually drawn Dragon Ball characters in in sort of his own style, but trying to stick with the Dragon Ball's own style, and they look phenomenal.
Those. Yeah, I adore those sketches. Phenomenal. How can like 4 or 5 sketches made by one guy look better than the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, which ran for 2 years?
let's not get into that. that's something for a different episode.
Yeah.
So, what is One Punch Man? You may ask. Well, it's about this ordinary guy, simple guy named Saitama, and you first see him pretty much waking up, and he has practically god powers. He can destroy.
Yeah.
Yes, he is in a world where there are supervillains and superheroes, and he is a self-proclaimed superhero that can destroy anything, whether that be person or object, in a single punch.
Yeah.
One punch, as the title implies, will kill or destroy anything.
Well,
The side of a mountain. Yep, go for it.
Mhm.
A Godzilla-sized man. Yeah, totally. A being from outer space, which is the strongest in the multiverse, does take him 2 hits.
Yeah, exactly.
But 2 hits.
Yeah.
He also has incredible speed, possibly going at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Strength so big that he can jump. He can be sent to the moon, launched to the moon, survive being on the moon for 10 seconds, and then jump back.
Yeah.
And survive the landing, and then kill, and then throw a second blow.
Mm-hmm.
A blow so powerful it splits the clouds from half the globe.
Saitama is the character that launched the power scaling debate in anime.
He is, I'm pretty sure, the strongest person in the strongest human in anime.
Yeah, he's physically yes, but we're not getting into magic and stuff. But yeah, physically yes.
Magic, there are different.
Obviously, Giorno is the strongest human if we're talking powers, but Saitama is definitely the strongest physically. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with and so John. So the reasoning for him being so powerful will get you every single time. He did for 3 years, I believe, 100 daily push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and a 10 kilometer run daily for 3 years. And that's it. That's it. No big, oh my god, I was bitten by a radioactive god or some shit.
Yeah.
No, he just capped his body so he went way over his limiter on his body that there is no limit now. He has surpassed human restriction in body.
Trained so hard his hair fell out.
Exactly. He is now bald and is wearing a white jumpsuit, a yellow jumpsuit, sorry, with a white cape.
Yeah.
He looks so, open quotes, cool. And so in this universe, if you want to become a superhero, with whether that be actual powers that you are born with or gain, or just a random person that can help out, then you have to take a test. A physical test and a mental test of random questions.
Mm.
And so if you want to become a registered hero, because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to do proper hero stuff.
Yeah, it's like My Hero Academia. You have to have a license to do hero things.
Yeah, no, and you can help out, but you're not officially a hero until you be registered.
Yeah.
And so, Saitama saves this android who is about to be killed by a big-titted mosquito girl.
Love it.
And so what the android thinks his name is Genos.
He's my favorite.
He's so cool. Yeah. The best thing he can do is to commit suicide by igniting his reactor to explode, and so killing him and her.
Yep.
However, Saitama comes in naked because he survived an explosion, by the way, and slapped her so hard she just became a bloody stain on the side of a building.
Yep.
It's a phenomenal anime. It's anime and the manga as well.
Yeah.
It's just as good as the anime in my opinion. Like, you may think, oh well, the manga may not even be that good because you can't properly see the fight scenes. That may be the case, but the fights themselves are drawn like frame by frame, technically speaking.
Yeah.
In the manga so well that it doesn't matter that they're not moving. You can see it practically moving on the pages.
It's like
And
yeah. Like, what did you say the artist's name was?
His name is Yusuke. Just called Yusuke.
Yeah, Yusuke. Like, yeah, I've seen panels from the manga. I haven't read the manga. I've seen season 1 of the anime. Haven't read the manga, but I've seen panels from the manga, and it is, oh my god. Yeah, and I thought
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I thought Mob Psycho 100, which is by the same team. I thought that was like the pinnacle of artwork, but One Punch Man is like, it's up there, man. It's on the same level. There's no decrease in quality there. Yeah,
it's genuinely fun. It's genuinely so good. Mm-hmm. The art is impeccable,
and
there's
the
no
talent also
flaws.
comes. Sorry. The talent also comes from how they switch between art styles as well, because you have like the wholesome, you have like the wholesome, slice of life parts which are drawn in a certain art style. Then you have the fights which are drawn in a completely different art style, and it's just
the infamous "okay" line after he confronts the final boss.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's quality. All the roundness of the shapes that he creates when the slice of life parts appear, but then the jagged and like rigorous line art that he does in the fights, it is truly phenomenal.
Yeah. Like before I saw this thing, I legit thought that fight scene Saitama and normal Saitama were different characters because they're just so differently drawn, and it's great.
God, yeah, it's like it's just genuinely amazing. The characters are great. Saitama isn't this perfect guy. He's not like All Might, who is perfect but hides something. He just isn't perfect.
Yeah.
He wants to be a hero because he wants to be noticed and to get money. That's all he wants. That's all he wants in life. And there's a reason why this. I know my anime list isn't the most proper of places to go off of, but it's a reason why. Yeah. But if there's a reason why this is popularity ranked 6 and overall ranked 37 of the best manga of all time.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. It is one of the best mangas I've ever read, completely, and it is so good. Like, it is both action and also wholesome. It is the perfect blend for me personally. It's amazing, and every character in this manga is great. From Speed of Sound Sonic, Tatsumaki, Moomin Rider.
Yes.
Is Genos and Saitama himself. They are perfect characters. And they also have references to other anime and manga, such as what's it called? Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And just to say one, it is a phenomenal manga. So, from me, I would give this another 8.5 out of 10.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It's an amazing manga. Watch the manga or read the manga or watch the first season of the anime.
Yeah.
They are both quality. Genuinely good reads and watches.
Yeah. Did the second season go off the manga or not? Because I haven't seen it or read the manga.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
And so I can't really say. So we'd have to look that up. You'd have to see that for yourself, or if I ever watched.
I believe the second season of the anime was slammed because it didn't go off the manga at all, similar to like a Tokyo Ghoul situation.
Yeah, and also because they changed, they changed studios, so the art wasn't as good.
Exactly, yeah, which is a shame.
And so it just overall wasn't as good, to be honest. So, and that's why I'm probably never going to watch it.
Yeah.
But watch the first season. The first season is amazing, genuinely. It's perfect. And so just give it a read or a watch, man. It is quality.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
it's great if you're like sick of shonen and you want like something that sort of pokes fun at traditional shonen tropes and things like that. While like that's the One Punch Man is the best kind of satire because it sort of makes fun of like the overplayed aspects of shonen in this case, but then it also sort of brings some of the best shonen fight scenes ever made. So
yes, exactly.
It sort of makes fun of it, but also pleases fans of it as well. It's like it's the best kind of satire.
Yes, exactly. Talking about the final episode of season 1, big fight scene. Pretty much the entire episode, or half the episode, is the fight. So pretty much 15 minutes is them just straight up going at it, like fucking the speed of like light, like, chasing each other around a huge ship. It is so cool, and it loves to be, but it like Mason said, it's satire as fuck.
Yeah,
it knows what it's doing, and it embraces what it's doing, and doesn't stop it, and I love that.
It's so weird it's so weird how this came out before My Hero Academia. This like sort of predicted.
I know.
This predicted My Hero Academia, and it was like already satiring it before it even started. I love it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I will say one scene. I will say one scene before we move over to comics.
Yep.
One scene. Moving around against this big villain from the sea, and he's very powerful. Like just like defeated a few of the like mid-tier heroes because like he's just that powerful.
Yeah.
And so Moomin Rider, one of the fan favorites and the city's favorites, just because of how much he doesn't help large-scale things, but he helps people in general.
Yeah.
And
he's a really wholesome guy.
And so, yes, exactly. And so he takes a stand to this guy. He hates bullies. And so he cycles over to this villain who's like 15 feet tall fish man. He cycles over to him. By the way, his mode of transport is a bike.
Yep.
Moomin Rider. Quality. He launches his special attack.
Yeah.
Throwing his bike at him. It does absolutely. It's this whole scene of like super like epic, and like it's like psyching you up to be so cool and so cool stuff to happen, like big epic style movie kind of stuff, and all the people in the background are like hyping him up. He throws his bike and is instantly beaten in one punch. It's so good, because in anything else he would have overcame it, but no, he's not. He's totally out of his league.
Yeah,
totally out of his league.
Yeah,
and I love that. I genuinely love it. But yeah, give it a read. Give it a watch.
Surprisingly okay video game as well. The video game is pretty.
Oh
good.
Yeah, the fighting game.
I was assuming it to be terrible, but it's above average. So yeah, check that out if you've got like a spare 15 quid or something. It's not that expensive. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. We're moving on to comics.
We can calm down now. We're on to comics now. So it's
we're carrying on with Future State. Yeah, carry on with Future State, DC Comics' latest event.
For Future State, I read the first issue of Catwoman and Shazam.
Yep.
And I'll say this to start. Catwoman, I believe, is my favourite so far.
Oh, nice.
So far, of what I've read, my favourite. Shazam, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that in a bit. So, Future State Catwoman. Pretty much, masked vigilantes have now been deemed illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And the magistrate has commandeered a bullet train to take those they've captured to a reformation facility, and then filled the rest of the train with innocent children. And so Catwoman is hell-bent on ensuring it never reaches its destination. And she's got this new magnetic suit, and she's also got these new people she's with. I don't really know them.
Yeah, no, they are. They're new characters. Yeah.
Yeah, but and she's pretty much gotta pull off an impossible train heist where she steals the train itself.
Yep.
However, she isn't the only person on board who has plans for the train, and has a very unexpected passenger, which I won't spoil.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it's pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like Catwoman's new suit. It looks pretty cool with the cool little cyan things.
Very futuristic. Yeah.
I dig it. It's like this opposite Swamp Thing where everything was desolate. There was like barely any humans left.
Yeah.
And like it was all nature now. This is proper like.
Yeah.
There's people. There's people.
I love how they sort of like brought Catwoman back to her like cat burglar roots, because DC has recently just turned her into like a full-fledged superhero, which is kind of boring.
We don't want that.
Because like her dynamic with Batman, her whole dynamic with Batman is like, you know, he's the good guy and she's the bad guy. But then like it's sort of just they're both good guys now, and it's sort of boring. But I love how instead of saving the train, it's focused on her stealing the train for herself, which is a great way of spinning it. Yeah. Catwoman's great, man. Catwoman's just great. Yeah, and I hope DC carries on with that.
Definitely. I've always liked how Catwoman has been. I'm pretty sure the term is an anti-hero, where she's not good, but she's not evil, because she will help Batman out if it also if she can profit off of it.
Yeah,
and I like
she's
that.
Robin Hood. She's just Robin Hood, which is great.
Yeah. Steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Exactly. He's still stealing, but he's doing it for a good cause.
Yeah, literally. And I like that much more than just a good guy that helps Batman sometimes. She's just turned into Robin pretty much. Yeah, because then
I was just about to say she's just turning into another one of Batman's sidekicks, which I don't like.
Yeah.
And so doing this is helping her. Like she's got her own shit going on. Like she's with her own little posse and a new protege. It is actually really cool. The artwork in it, good as always with Future State.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I could. With this one, I could actually see myself reading the next volume. To be honest, it's
a limited run, so I think there's only one more of Catwoman, so that's cool. Yeah,
I can definitely read some more of that, because I actually found it really cool.
Yeah. Now,
Shazam, it's not bad. It's nowhere near bad. Like it's nowhere near bad. But it's not as good as Catwoman, which I'll say 7 out of 10. Catwoman 7 out of 10. It's good. Nice. It's good. Obviously just comics, DC. Nothing's amazing, but I give it a 7 because it's good.
Yeah.
7 is good. Shazam, straight off the bat, giving it like a 5.5. It's not bad. It's just so middle.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, she was.
And so pretty much,
yeah.
Like, I like the movie, but
yeah.
this comic. Go on, shoot me! Come on. So pretty much, no one sees Billy Batson, which I believe is Shazam.
Yeah, that's his.
In years. Mm-hmm. Due to the incident known as the Final Battle of Titans Island. Mm-hmm. Do you know that incident?
Well, yeah, it's sort of alluded to. Like, Titans Island is, like, where Shazam gets his powers from. Pretty, in a nutshell, There's quite deep lore, but, like, Titans Island is where he gets his powers from. It contains the 7 deadly sins. So I think what they're alluding to in this comic is the 7 deadly sins break out and like take over. Although we don't actually see that. That's like implied that happened or whatever.
Yeah. Fair enough. So now, he's leading a small band of heroes, but even his allies have begun to ask who's controlling Earth's mightiest mortal. Because he has no time for anything. He's a lot of hard, like, he's pretty hard now. He's not taking any shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, which I will give him that, because I don't like soft hero. I don't like soft heroes. Which is why I don't really like Batman, because we do not kill. No, you kill if they have killed. Like, if they're a mass murderer, and if you just put them in jail, they've gotten out multiple times and then killed more people. You may as well put them on death row, like, because it's going to only cause more.
Yeah. I don't want to distract from yours. So I could go into a whole lot of Dark Knight Returns stuff, which addresses
exactly
all that no killing bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I like that. I like when people say, "No, you don't deserve to live anymore because of that."
Yeah, it's like,
and so he's
in Man of Steel. Like in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I hate Superman. I hate him. But in Man of Steel, it's sort of like, I like this version of him, because at the very end, where like Zod is about to laser those people, and Superman has no choice but to snap his neck, and it's like, yeah, Batman would have just let him kill those people. Like,
he really would have.
Yeah.
He really would have. He would have just put handcuffs on him. He was sitting over to kill him, which I would have killed him, and then broken free and flown away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Batman gets off for catching people, I swear. And so it's set years after the events of the recent Future State Teen Titans.
Yep.
Which has come out.
Just come out this week.
Yep. So we learn the truth behind the sacrifice Billy made to imprison an ultimate evil that he couldn't destroy.
Yes.
So it's okay. That's all I have to say.
It's formulaic.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. And Shazam, he's not that interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. He is just...
I'm not a big fan.
Everyone, like, since he was conceived in, like, whenever, the 70s or 60s or whenever, people have called him the poor man's Superman. And I think that's...
Pretty much,
that's true, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Which is like when we were looking at the comics, and I was like, which ones do you want to talk about? And you were like, Shazam. I was like, okay. You do you.
Yeah, this one, 5.5. If you want to read them all, do it, but it's not that.
Shazam is a reading order one. If you want to read the reading order, then read it, but otherwise don't.
Yeah, but read Catwoman was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Which ones did you go through again?
Great. So I've done Future State Nightwing, and Future State Immortal Wonder Woman, which is different from Future State Wonder Woman, but I'll get onto that. Future State Nightwing, very good. Very good. And I think it's clear that the main narrative of the Future State, because there are three families. They're calling them families in Future State. There's the Batman family, which is like all of the Batman character stories. There's the Superman family, and then there's the Justice League family, which is basically just everything that isn't Batman and Superman. Not all of it is the Justice League, so I don't know why they've called it that. And I think, it goes back to what you're saying about Catwoman. I think the Batman family is definitely the main focus of Future State, and you can tell because all of the effort has been put into this. Catwoman is good, I agree. Nightwing is also very good, and Nightwing is sort of a lot tied into the next Batman, which we talked about in a previous episode. And it's about Nightwing, who is still Dick Grayson. So it's set in the future, but he's like a more adult Dick Grayson now. He's like Bruce, like how old Bruce was in the original DC timeline. He's like in his late 30s, early 40s. And it's him sort of like, again, set in the same time. Costume superheroes are illegal, that sort of thing. The magistrate is sort of establishing a police state. And Dick Grayson is pretty much doing Nightwing. Nothing's changed. He's still helping out like random people. He's doing your um, and it's sort of the first issue, which is what I reviewed. I don't think the second one is out yet. The first issue is his interactions with the next Batman, who obviously is not Bruce Wayne. And it's sort of he's established his base in Arkham Asylum, which is now defunct, as all of the costume supervillains, who are also obviously illegal, have been rounded up by the magistrate. So Arkham Asylum is empty. Nightwing has established his base in there, and it's sort of the next Batman breaks in there, and they sort of have a conversation, and Nightwing's like, I don't want to work with you because you're not as good as Bruce Wayne was, pretty much. And the next Batman's like, okay, fine, just come to me when there's a problem. And it's set up. It's set up because it's so obvious that something big is going to happen and Nightwing is going to need the next Batman's help, or vice versa. And, for a setup comic, it's very good. Obviously, like I said, all the effort has gone into the Batman family. The art is, very good. The art is... It's sort of... Again, it's more cartoony. It reminds me of, for anyone who read the New 52 Batman comics in 2015, reminds me of those sort of more cartoonish style. Nightwing, as always, brilliantly written. He's witty, he's charming, he's all that. He's great. But yeah, it's all set up, and I would recommend waiting for issue 2 to come out before you read issue 1, because it's all just setting up issue 2, which something big will obviously happen. But obviously we don't know what that is. So yeah, Nightwing, I'm giving it 6. Yeah, another 6.5. I'll give it another 6.5. It's good, but it's obviously filler. So moving on to Immortal Wonder Woman. So I've talked about Wonder Woman, Future State Wonder Woman, who is not Diana Prince, which is the Wonder Woman that we all know. So Future State Wonder Woman is a new character who has taken on the mantle of Wonder Woman in the future. She's pretty cool. She's all right. But Future State Immortal Wonder Woman focuses on Diana Prince and what she's up to in this time, and it's fine. I mean, Wonder Woman comics have been going downhill in the 2010s and
just
now.
like the movies.
Yeah, oh my god, that movie, man. That movie. First one was fine. Second one, oh my god. Well, yeah. Anyway, the comics.
The first one was just boring.
The first one was boring, but it's better to be boring than laughably terrible, in my opinion.
No, to me actually it's the opposite. If it's laughably terrible, I can at least enjoy laughing at it. If it's boring, you're just sitting there, just like, oh, okay. Well, you're sitting there doing nothing for 2 hours. I could be laughing.
I mean from a filmmaking perspective,
oh, sorry. Yeah, I was on my audience.
Yeah, from a viewer perspective, obviously it's better to laugh at something bad than to just be bored. But yeah,
yeah.
Immortal Wonder Woman issue 1 is kind of boring. It's about Wonder Woman, and it's sort of what she did before Paradise Island, which is where all the Amazons live. It's what she did before that fell, and it's her talking to Darkseid and stuff. And it's it seems obviously Future State comes out of death metal, which I've said many times is absolutely brilliant. And the conversation between her and Darkseid in Future State sounds like it's just a rip-off of the big hero to villain talk they have in death metal. Except obviously that never happened because death metal, it remains to be seen whether that's canon or not. But yeah, it's a rehash of Wonder Woman tropes. That's all I can say. There's a big Amazonian Greek myth monster, and then she defeats it. And then then it's revealed that there's a bigger threat that's imminent, so she has to go and get help from someone. And in this case, it's Darkseid. But he's like, no, why would I help you, Wonder Woman? You're literally one of my biggest enemies. Which begs the question, why the hell did she ask him anyway? It's he's not gonna help her. But yeah, it's not good. Don't read it. I like Future State Wonder Woman more because of the new character. I believe she's called Yara Floor or something. Another Amazonian. She's a lot more charismatic and She has more of a character than Diana does. So go and read Immortal Wonder Woman. No, don't read Immortal Wonder Woman. Go and read Normal Wonder Woman. I believe issue 2 of that is out right now. But yeah, Immortal Wonder Woman, I gotta give it a 4. It's not very good. I like the art, but that's just because Future State has good art across the board.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I like the art, but that's it's not. The story sucks, man. The story sucks. So that's the Western comics. Read Catwoman and Nightwing. Do not read Shazam. Well, read Shazam if you want to, but do not read Immortal Wonder Woman. That's the comics. So on to the video games. So I've got a game that I love. I love this game. This game is 12 years old, which really surprised me when I was looking it up. It came out in 2009.
Jeez. Oh my god, my brain. I just can't fathom that 12 years ago with 2009. Oh my god.
I know.
I just get my life just a second there. Carry on.
Yeah. So this game is another DC themed game. It is Batman Arkham Asylum, the game that changed superhero games forever. It's an Arkham game, so the comparisons to Spider-Man PS4 will always be talked about. While Spider-Man PS4 is the better game than Arkham Asylum, it would not have existed without Arkham Asylum. Let's just get that out of the way right now. So Arkham Asylum, pretty much if you haven't played it, and you have any interest in the Arkham games whatsoever, they're my favourite game series of all time, personally. Go and play Arkham Asylum, it's where it all began. And so Arkham Asylum starts very generically. Batman is taking Joker back to the asylum after capturing him once again. Batman voiced by Kevin Conroy, who voiced him in the animated series, the 90s animated series, which is absolutely brilliant. Joker.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, it's great. Joker voiced by Mark Hamill, who voiced the Joker in the animated series. Also Luke Skywalker.
Yes, I genuinely
all that stuff. Yeah.
Love him as a voice actor.
Love him. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. And the Joker is I think the Joker is the takeaway from Arkham Asylum in terms of characters. The Joker is absolutely brilliant. Mark Hamill just kills it, man. He kills the voice of the Joker. He gets the personality brilliant, and you can tell that they built the character of the Joker in this game around Mark Hamill's performance in the animated series, rather than having Mark Hamill do a specific role. And I love that, because he brings so much wild energy to the performance. So pretty much the plot is definitely the most simple of the Arkham games, because they get really convoluted later down the line. But Joker meant to get captured, and he meant to get taken back to the asylum, and he has this massive grand plan in motion, and he takes over the asylum, and he sets all the prisoners and the supervillains free, and it's Batman's job to put them all back. That is the plot. It works. It's simple. It's a good introduction to the games. Because these games are not interested in plot. These games are interested in gameplay. And obviously I don't remember the game coming out, because I played it in maybe 2012 or 2013. But the tagline for the game was "Be the Batman," and I think it delivers on that. You get a ton of gadgets. You get your batarangs, your bat claws, explosive gel that doesn't hurt you when you explode it right next to you. And Batman's a god in this. I'll say that right now. Batman's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. He's blowing up walls. And also going back to Batman Does Not Kill. He kills people in this game, man. There's you're pulling people off rooftops. You're smashing through glass ceilings. You're blowing up walls next to their heads. But it all knocks them out. It knocks them out. They're still alive. It's fine. But the game is pretty much a series of two different kinds of encounters. There's combat encounters where you get obviously a bunch of enemies run at you and you have to beat them all up. And then there's predator encounters, which is where the game shines, in my opinion. So they're the stealth sections. So you go into a room and there's like a bunch of armed henchmen, like varying numbers. It's around 5 to 10 armed henchmen, and you have a bunch of different options about how to go about taking them down. And the thing is, like there's like silent. The basic one is the silent takedown from behind. That's like the standard one. You can take them out through vents. You can take them out through floor grates. You can take them out through ceilings, through walls. You can. One of my favorites is you can backclaw them and like pull them off a ledge, so they just like fall to their not deaths. And yeah, there's just so many ways to kill people in this game. My only complaint would be that, like I said before, Batman is a god, so it's never really difficult. They sort of fixed this in the later games in the series, but especially late in this game, where you have like all the armor upgrades, you're not dying. Yeah, I played it on hard mode. You're still not dying. It's a shame. They could have made it a little bit more difficult, or at least added like a game plus or something, like they add that in the later games, that makes things more difficult. But it's an introduction. It is an introduction, and I understand that. And they were sort of just like finding their feet, because with the combat especially, they were doing things that had never really been done before in a video game. Like with the combat is a rhythm game, so you have to time your strikes on each person, and Batman's like flying around the room, and he's like, you have to build up massive combos and stuff like that. I've never really seen that I've seen rhythm games where you fight people, but I've never seen it more focused on the fighting than the rhythm, but the rhythm is still an important aspect, and I commend them for introducing that. Obviously in Spider-Man PS4, that is the combat system as well. And they sort of polish it a little bit more, but I do prefer the sort of more like in Batman you can feel your fist breaking that man's jaw. There's like a massive crash sound effect, and they just like scream out and fly away and fall on the ground. It's like you could just feel yourself not killing them, obviously, but doing lasting damage to them. Yep. And you can tell that they wanted to grab fans of the comics with this game, because there's just a ton of villains. There's a ton of villains. There's obviously Joker, Harley Quinn, there's Bane, Poison Ivy, Penguin. No, not Penguin. Penguin's in the later games. And the one that everyone knows from this game, Scarecrow. The Scarecrow sequences in this game. Oh my! I don't want to spoil them. Like, if somehow you haven't seen the Scarecrow sequences, man, they're some of the best stealth sequences ever made in a video game. And there are like some, because obviously Scarecrow's whole thing is fear, and like, you know, ingesting you with fear gas and like making you scared of stuff and see things. Like, there are some bits in Arkham Asylum, less so in the other games. Even in Arkham Knight, where Scarecrow is the main antagonist, it's like there are scenes that genuinely creep me out. Even when I was replaying it like a week ago for this review, scenes that genuinely creep me out. And all the villains are done perfectly, and I really like that. As a comic book nerd, and I think this was like one of the things that put me onto Batman, because when I was like whatever age, you know, early teens, I was playing this game and I was really enjoying it. But yeah, it's a brilliant game. I couldn't tell that it came out in 2009. That's why I was shocked, because the graphics look so brilliant. It's really weird how good they look. But yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum, you could get it for like £1.50 or something on PC, and I'm sure, like, it came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Like, I'm sure you can find it very, very cheaply and just put it into your PS4 or Xbox One. Yeah. I will be talking about the other Arkham games in subsequent weeks. So City and Night. I will not be talking about Origins. I will not be talking. Let's leave it at that. I will not be talking about Origins purely because I don't want to replay it for the purpose of reviewing it. It's bad. So Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm giving it. Let's see. I'm trying to push past my fanboy, my fanboy goggles. I'm giving it an 8. I'm giving it an 8. I would give it a 9 or higher, but there are some things like I said, the difficulty. It's too easy. It's too easy. Batman should not be he's just a guy. He's just a guy.
He's just a billionaire with a plastic suit.
Yeah, and there is another I gotta fault all of the Arkham games for this because the weird Spidey sense that comes up when you're about to get hit. What the hell is that? If you play Game Plus in the later games, it turns that off. And for me, that's the only way to play because there's no fun if it tells you when to counter a hit. But yeah, Arkham Asylum, 8 out of 10. Next week I will review Arkham City, which is the next one, and it's my personal favorite in the series. But yeah, go and play it. You'll find it for cheap. You'll find it for cheap. Yes. Also made by the same studio who is going to make Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, which is coming out, I believe, mid to late 2022. Looks great. But yeah.
Mid to late 3000.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when that comes out. Yeah, so that's my game. Dan, let's hear about yours.
Unfortunately, mine won't be as long of a review because my game is a game called Distance, which you've probably never heard of at all.
I certainly never heard of it before you told me you were going to review it.
So, Distance is an atmospheric racing platform. Think Rocket League style, floatiness around the track, but it's a race.
Yeah.
And it's no laps, one single straight, one single lap, start to finish, quickest time possible.
Mm-hmm. It was giving me Ghost Runner vibes, to be honest with you, but with a car.
Yep. Using futuristic arcade racing with parkour. Survive a deadly, mysterious, neon-drenched city by jumping, rotating, and flying. Your car has many abilities, including a booster, which, if you do it for too long, can overheat your car and make you explode. Start the race from a checkpoint, rather than just start instead of going to the very beginning.
Yeah.
On some races, of course. You could also, if you press a button in the air, you get wings, and you can fly as long as you have booster. And then when that booster runs out, you do the same thing and explode. But then when you come back to the ground, your booster refills. And refill points of boosters are at checkpoint, which usually aren't very sparse because they want you to go fast as far. They want you to go fast. It is a very fast-paced game. And also, you have little boosters on the tops and sides of your car, meaning that you can jump. Your car can jump, by the way.
Yeah, it's great.
And then press a button to put on a booster on the right of your car, so you do a 90-degree turn, but flat, and so you can ride on walls. And you stick the booster on, which doesn't affect the general booster, and so you can pretty much just drive on a wall or on a ceiling.
Yes.
It is amazing. It is so futuristic. It is so colorful, bright. And it's so indie, nobody's heard of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It came out 2 years ago.
It's so weird. Yeah, I'd never heard of it either.
But it's so cool. Story, not really much. But it's a racing game. You're not going to play it for the story.
No.
Its visuals are amazing. The driving mechanics are really cool because it wants you to go fast. And you have to have good reaction time. The level design is phenomenal. And it is just overall an extremely fun game to waste a full evening on.
Yeah.
no need for a story because there's arcades. There's an arcade where you can go through gauntlets. There are community levels that people make that you can play. There's online where you can go against people.
Yeah, I saw the community page.
Yeah.
And there's, like, people are making some really good stuff on there. It's great.
Yeah, through both online and also local, meaning that you can play split screen.
Yeah.
So you can bring a bunch of friends around and play it.
Yeah, it's great.
It is. I'm giving it a 7.5 for a racing game. In my opinion, the best racing game I've ever played because it's not just a racing game.
Exactly. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I hate racing games, but this looks great. Yeah.
It's so good. I just see myself playing it for a few hours every like an hour or so every sometimes just to hop onto it, enjoy the visuals, just chill.
Yeah.
It's not a frustrating game in the slightest. Like, it's super chill.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you're a big rager and you keep dying because you're bad, you're gonna rage. But as long as you have fast reactions, nothing's gonna catch you off guard.
Yeah.
It teaches you the mechanics of the game very early in the story, and then that's all you need to do for the story. You don't even need to touch a story anymore once you've gone through the tutorial part. You can just hop onto online or go into the arcade. I spent a few hours on the arcade trying to reach first, and I did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a 7.5 in just overall enjoyment. I thoroughly enjoy the game, no matter the story. And even if there is no story, the levels within the story are still really fun.
Yeah.
And so I would highly recommend purchasing it. It's only like 20 quid.
Yeah.
And it's on sale right now until tomorrow for £8. So get it. Get it. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is so fun to just chill. It's such a chill game to play. And that's really all I have to say for it. It's just a cool ass racing game. It's set futuristically, and it's a better futuristic game than Cyberpunk. That's all I have to say.
Well, yeah, most of them are, to be honest with you. Most futuristic games are better than Cyberpunk. God damn.
Yeah, well, there is one game that's worse than Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah?
Cyberpunk Deluxe Edition.
Oh, yeah. But Dan, you get the V statue. It's that.
V's hot, but shut up.
It's not as bad as the Resident Evil.
The woman.
Yeah, okay. Just clear it up. The woman V. Yeah. That reminds me of just shooting off there. Resident Evil 8 Deluxe Edition is $2,000.
No, you're thinking of the collector's. The deluxe edition is just like extra in-game card. You're thinking of the collector's edition.
Yeah, the collector's edition, and it's the stupidest pricing I've ever seen. $2,000. You get like a coat, and you get like a coat, and it's like
Beep.
It's not. It's just like it's just a trench coat. I paid $2,000 for a trench coat. Great.
Yeah, nothing like the black box from the Nier Automata collector's edition.
Oh yeah. God damn.
Which is like super rare nowadays. Like nobody has it, and so the pricing on it on eBay is like a few thousand.
Yeah.
You get extra than what it once was because of how rare they are.
It's great though.
So great though. But yeah, I give it 7.5. Just buy it if you have some spare change. Just get it. It's just pretty fun to have, you know.
It is fun.
Good game to chill.
Okay.
I think that does it.
That does it for the games. Now, so right? we'll move on to our film.
Oh, yeah.
Film of the week.
Film. I completely forgot. Film.
How could you forget?
A pretty much masterpiece.
Brilliant.
Exactly. Yep. Pretty much masterpiece in my opinion.
Yep. So, film of the week is quite old movie. The Guy Ritchie classic. My favourite British film ever made. I gotta say that. That is, of course, Snatch. Absolute. Oh my god. God tier movie. We'll get into it. But Dan's got a synopsis.
So, Turkish. It's a nickname for this guy.
Yep.
And he and his Turkish and his close friend Tommy get pulled into the world of match fixing by the notorious Bricktop. But things get complicated when the boxer they have lines up gets badly beaten by Mickey or Mikey. I can't remember. I think it's Mickey.
Mickey, yeah.
Mickey, which is who is an Irish gypsy.
Yep.
And as he comes into the equation after Turkish, an unlicensed boxing promoter wants to buy a caravan off of the Irish gypsies, and so they try to convince Mickey not only to fight for them but to lose for them too.
Yep.
Whilst all this is going on, a huge diamond heist takes place, and a fistful of characters enter the story, including Cousin Avi, Boris the Blade,
yes, Boris the
Frankie Fourfingers, and Bullet-Toothed Tony.
Yeah.
You'll find out where he got that nickname from.
It's so stupid. I love it. I love it.
But things go bad to worse as it all becomes about the money, the guns, and a damned dog. And that's all I want to say about it. There is a big twist at the end, and it is phenomenal.
Yep.
It is an amazing piece of cinema.
Yep. People have called this the British Pulp Fiction, and I couldn't agree more with
Exactly.
the branching storylines, the different character perspectives. I think like Pulp Fiction, there are 3 main stories that are being told, and like how they all interweave and cross over each other and stuff like that. Like every line in this movie is an instant quotable line.
Oh yeah, totally.
I can't believe like how well it's written. Like Guy Ritchie, who is the director and also the writer, he's in his prime here. He's in his prime.
Yeah.
The cast as well helps massively. Jason Statham is Turkish, and I couldn't think of a better actor for the role. Absolutely brilliant. You know, he's witty, he's funny. He's sort of like this, like he's like the serious guy.
Yeah.
Bricktop as well. Like Bricktop is like the stereotypical, like, you know, mob boss type boss type guy. Absolutely brilliant.
So
Cousin Addy, the American. I love him as well. Yeah. Like we say, the story is very branching and deep, and really that's a pretty brief outline. And we don't really want to get into more because of spoilers. But yeah, it is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, the strength comes from the performances, I think. The strength comes from the entire cast. Like, there's not a bad actor in this movie, you know?
Oh, totally.
Every character is doing their absolute best. This is definitely the best thing I've seen Jason Statham in. And it's such a shame that, like, most of the other actors are relatively unknown. Because they're all doing the absolute best. Like Guy Ritchie knows how to choose his cast. Like, he was also heavily involved in the Kingsman films, and like again, those films are brilliantly cast. So like that stuff, like his latest film, The Gentleman, which is sort of like a modern update.
Oh my god!
Yeah, sort of like a modern update on this story. Again, brilliant movie.
So good.
Brilliantly cast. Again, it comes from the cast. But yeah, Snatch is absolutely brilliant, man. Like, there's not a bad moment in this film, in my opinion. Like, even the bits with like Mickey boxing, that I like Mickey just like Saitama's my man. I forget what he was called, the man that works at Bricktop. He like completely Saitama's him in the ring. It's so good.
Single punch, and he knocks him out.
Yeah. Stuff like, you know, around like all of the gypsy, like the gypsy family, Mickey's family, absolutely hilarious dialogue and stuff. Yeah, it's just like the best British film I've ever seen. Like one of the funniest films I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it's also on Netflix, so you better give that a watch.
It is.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh no, I'm definitely rewatching that. I'm definitely rewatching that tonight.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Like, everyone, if there's one thing you take away from this episode, it's that you need to watch Snatch. Like, it's insane. So, in terms of rating for Snatch, because that's, like, unless you have anything else to add, Dan, there's not really much we can say without spoiling any of the stories. Also, the music. The music, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, the original score is great, but then the licensed music that they also use, absolutely brilliant choices, and, like, it fits the scenes perfectly. Absolutely love the music choices. Another thing that Guy Ritchie does perfectly, he picks his music very well. It's the same in Kingsman and in The Gentleman and stuff. Very well picked music. But yeah. So, the Gentleman, Snatch, I've got to give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm definitely getting. Yep, I'd say the exact same.
Yeah. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 for me is that it shows that it comes out in 2002, around that time. I think it was 2002.
I think it's exactly 2002.
Yeah, it's a little dated in my eyes, but that's like Guy Ritchie. He knows that himself, and that's why he made The Gentleman, because The Gentleman is just like a present day version of Snatch. It came out in 2020.
And in my personal opinion, obviously it cannot beat his original Snatch, but it comes very close to it. Yeah. It comes so close because of the cast, because he does the exact same things as, like, what made Snatch so good. Just put it in a modern setting, and obviously 30 years from now, The Gentleman will no longer be modern.
Yeah.
But it's just that he did that, and it still works to this day after 20 years. Just shows how good of a director he is.
Yeah, he's absolutely brilliant, and I know there's not much good to say about the live action Aladdin movie, but at the very least, the direction is competent because it is Guy Ritchie who directed that. Like, I don't know how Disney came to that decision. It's such a weird leap, but yeah, Guy Ritchie made that. But yeah, Snatch, 9 out of 10. Very, very good film. Highly recommend watching it.
Yeah, I'll leave Snatch on a final note I want to talk about with it. The funniest thing to me is the difference in critic score and user score on Metacritic.
Oh no.
The user score is 8.8, which is what it should be.
Yeah.
The critic score is 55.
How?
Exactly.
How are you going to rate it that low? What?
Exactly.
God,
most of them are in the 80s and 70s.
Yeah.
But some people, a few have rated it in the 20s and 30s.
Like, how? Did we watch the same movie?
I'll read one randomly.
Yeah, just read it.
From Lisa Schwarzbaum from Entertainment something. Guy Ritchie's second feature is a folks tough caper model lock, stock, kit, and caboodle on his earlier film Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So pretty much they're saying that he just copied what he did in that movie.
No, man, it's not. It's not the same. I've seen both movies. They're not the same. What?
Oh my God.
That's actually confused me. I don't know how you would come to that conclusion. Apart from the fact that they both have Jason Statham in.
And another follows the Lock, Stock formula so slavishly it could be like a new arrangement of the same song.
But that's just the type of film it is. It's an overarching, branching story. Like, what? I don't. This one is. I really hate this one.
Let's see. Still 50. There's talent here, but for directing, not writing. If Ritchie wants to last, he's going to have to allow somebody else to write his screenplays. That is bullshit.
But if he's not talented in writing, can we just explain the Kingsman movies and The Gentleman and say how...
Can we explain The Gentleman and how well written that is?
Yeah, and can we say how he hasn't lasted? Yeah, he really hasn't lasted. It's not
He
like,
really hasn't.
It's not like he's still making amazing films to this day. You know?
Yeah, let's just move over the past that The Gentleman has a 7.8 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move past that. You know, he's totally not lasted because of that awful movie Snatch. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Some people.
That's funny.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Some critics. Users are fine.
Yeah, exactly. The actual people who watch the movie to enjoy it instead of review it, they know what's going on. But yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so from that you can see Snatch. Watch it. You will have a brilliant time. Absolutely brilliant time. So that does it for the film section. So we're going to move on to our pop culture news section, and I'm glad that we chose this week to come back because a lot has gone on, man.
Hell yeah.
I think we have 3 like major stories, and then obviously we have everything else that's been going on. So we'll just jump into we have a major story from the world of TV. So this broke, I think, on Thursday. Everyone knows about this by now, but Gina Carano, co-star of The Mandalorian, who played Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, has been fired by Lucasfilm from all Star Wars properties. She's been fired because of a series of, I quote, transphobic, anti-masking, and disgusting tweets. So... we're not here to sway your opinion or anything on all of this. We're just saying what happened. But she was fired because of these tweets. She compared the violence in the Capitol, a couple of weeks ago, or like a couple of months ago. I can't remember exactly when it happened, but she compared the violence in the Capitol to the persecution of Jewish people during the Nazi regime. But it's just like it's an opinion. It's certainly an opinion. But yeah, a lot of people. She was meant to have her own spin-off series from The Mandalorian. Obviously, that's not happening anymore. And people are thinking, The Mandalorian season 3 is going to have to be rejigged, refilmed. It's unclear what stage of production they're at with that. I would assume they haven't started filming yet because season 2 only just finished in like early 2021. But yeah, they're obviously going to have to rewrite season 3, I believe, because she's a pretty major character in the first 2 series, and she's gone. She's been fired. She's done. That's pretty much all we know. We don't know. She hasn't issued a response to this. She hasn't said anything in response yet. She'll probably do that in the coming week.
I wouldn't.
I mean, but yeah, she is now completely fired.
Whether or not you believe, you as the audience believe that she should have been fired or should have, is your own personal opinion. Yeah. We here at the Weeb Couch are completely neutral and do not want to cause any opinion whatsoever because we know how that turns out.
Yeah, you can't share your opinion on the internet.
So, no matter whatever you think, that's your opinion. Yeah. Stick with it if you want. Just don't cause a riot in the comments, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want my phone blowing up talking about Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. Our second huge story of the week comes from the gaming world, and the gaming world. I realise how dumb that sounds as soon as I said it.
Yeah. Let's do a retake.
But yeah, it comes from the corner of the internet concerned with video gaming. Comes from CD Projekt Red, developers of Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher series. It's they haven't done anything this time. It's something that's been done to them. So this broke on, I think, Wednesday. That CD Projekt Red released a statement that said they've been hit. The irony in this, by the way, the irony is palpable. CD Projekt Red has been hit with a cyber attack.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
It's a targeted cyber attack, so it was specifically for them. And the source code for Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3 and the the Witcher card game thing Gwent has been stolen by hackers. Obviously they've backed it up and stuff, so they still have the source code. But a copy of the source code has been stolen by hackers, and as of Friday, apparently the source code has been sold on the dark web.
On the dark web.
The source code has been auctioned. So
oh my god.
So allegedly, if allegedly Cyberpunk 2077 is now in the hands of some random guy on the dark web.
I could see the YouTube videos now buying Cyberpunk on the dark web at 3 a.m. challenge. I can already see it.
It makes me laugh.
The amount of money that's gonna make.
It makes me laugh so hard.
It sounds like something you would do in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like you would think the irony in this, man. But the cyber attack came with a series of demands. That haven't been shared with us. CD Projekt Red didn't share the demands with us, but there were a series of demands. CD Projekt Red didn't comply with these demands, whatever they were. They wouldn't give in, so the source code was sold off to a random guy.
I like it. I'd like to imagine that the only demand was give us refunds on PC.
Yeah.
Second demand, please. That's it. Obviously, it probably was like a large sum of money.
Something like that.
It's usually what it is.
Yeah, I would say I think they were in the right for not caving to these demands, whatever they were. But it's just so funny how CD Projekt Red of all people, man. And obviously, I think the hackers were going for that because they had a note. They left a note. In the CD Projekt Red servers, and I won't read the whole thing because it's quite long, but the first line was, and I quote, "Hello, CD Projekt Red, you have been epically pwned." End quote. The note goes on. You can read it. It's on the CD Projekt Red Twitter account.
Oh my god, send me that shit. Oh my god.
You have been epically pwned. Yeah.
You've been epically pwned.
It's so obviously a troll. The fact.
It's gonna be a meme.
Yeah, it's got to be a meme. Yeah. Oh man, CD Projekt Red.
This is just like the JonTron meme of it's gotta be the biggest troll ever, man. When he's talking about Soldier Boy's gaming console. Oh it is the biggest troll ever. Epically pwned.
Epically pwned. They've stolen 3 games. They've stolen 3 games. They've been epically pwned. They've stolen the source code for 3 games.
It was either done by a memeing 20-year-old, an actual 13-year-old, or a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Any of those 3, but nowhere in between.
This reminds me of late last year when Watch Dogs Legion had the source code stolen. But
also of all games.
yeah. It's just I mean, obviously there's no evidence, but it would make me laugh so hard if it was the same guy.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at epically pwned. God.
Okay. Moving on.
I don't think I can move on. Mason.
Moving on to the third big story of the week. This has just broken. This happened 12 minutes before we started recording this episode.
Hell yeah.
This was broken just today from the film world. The first official full trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League has dropped. And when we like mid-recording, when we took a little break in recording, I was looking at the internet and the reactions to this. People are going nuts. People are going nuts already. Yep. And there are two kinds, obviously. There are people going nuts because, wow, this looks so much better than the 2017 Justice League, which it does. And then there are the other camp of people that are going, what I call the cyberpunk crowd, going, this isn't the best movie ever made, therefore it's the worst. Like, expectations get so high with these sorts of things. And it's like, just calm down. It's never going to be the best movie ever made. It's a Justice League movie. It's never going to be the best movie ever made. Like,
in my opinion, oh my god, why aren't people... Okay, this is going to stay egotistical out of context. Why aren't people more like me? I never give 10s because there is no perfect thing.
Yes.
Nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
It's literally the whole point.
Like,
nothing is perfect.
Like, why can't people just be happy? Like, with what they get. The whole making of this film, like the whole movement behind this film, was to please the fans because they wanted to see Zack Snyder's original vision for the movie. It's literally doing that. It's literally doing exactly what they want, and people are still shitting on it. Yeah, it looks great. The movie looks good. I'm excited for the movie now. I was excited beforehand. Just because it was happening.
We see Darkseid.
Yeah.
We see Darkseid, and oh my god.
Yeah.
It genuinely looks amazing. They did him so well. And the big guy in armor.
Yes,
definitely. Yeah, him. He is. I'll let you say the quote, Mason, because I don't want to steal your joke.
Well, he no longer looks like a PS2 character.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying when we were watching the trailer. Oh my god, man. Like, we get to see some more footage of the Flash, who was, I think, criminally underused in the original cut. I really like this version of the Flash. He's a lot better than the TV series version of the Flash, I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
But overall, does the movie look good? Yes. Does the movie look amazing? Sort of. You know?
Yeah.
It looks like it will be a solid 7 to 8, I would say. It's not going to be the best movie ever made. It's going to be a very good superhero film. It's going to be a very good superhero film, and it's going to be a good film, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah. And from the trailers, I think it's going to be leaning above the actual Justice League.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that much is confirmed. Like, it's going to be so much
better. To me, that's all that matters, to be honest. Like, if it can be a 7 or 8, that would be amazing.
Because we all know the original Justice League was like a 3 at most.
I don't think I can give it a 3.
Yeah. Yep.
And just lay off the guy. He's doing this for us. He got given the chance.
Yeah, he literally had to stop filming halfway through filming Justice League. He had to stop filming because a member of his family died, and he had to take the time off to grieve. But Warner Brothers didn't want the delay, so instead of waiting for him, they hired a new director who completely changed around the movie and made it garbage.
Awful.
Yeah. And now he's realizing his vision for the film, and people are shitting on it because it's not the finest film ever made. Like, it's not gonna be. It's a Justice League movie. It was
never gonna be.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be good because of him being the director. That's what matters here.
Yeah. Like,
he may not. Yeah.
Zack Snyder is a great director. He made Watchmen. He made 300. He made the Dawn of the Dead remake, which is actually surprisingly good. It's like as good as the original. Like, he's a good director, but he's directing a Justice League movie. It's not going to be perfect. But yeah. Anyway, watch the trailer for yourself. It looks good. You can decide your own opinion on it, obviously. But just keep in mind that it was never going to be perfect. People are saying like, oh, it's all in the trailer. You know, like the movie's going to be trash. They've just shown the best parts in the trailer. It's like, how do you know that? The movie doesn't come out till March. How do you know?
But then again, to me, I think that's good in trailers. They want to show you what you're getting. You don't want. I don't want to see shit that I'm only gonna see. That's like side plot. I want to see what I'm getting, which is why I loved Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
They showed us what we're getting. There's nothing beating around the bush of, oh, they might fight. Oh, who knows? No, they go at it. We know that.
Yeah.
And I love that. Which you need to show the main shit in order to get people hyped for it.
Exactly.
So I don't know why people have that opinion of that.
Yeah.
But we're getting so over. We're getting so over the top bit.
Yeah. I'm just excited that the trailer came out. And
oh yeah, totally.
I'm just excited that the movie's happening. It was originally going to be like 4 1-hour episodes that were spread out over a course of 4 months, but now it's going to be. It's confirmed that it's 1 4-hour movie that is coming out.
4 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, how long is the longest movie?
But I don't know. It's longer than that. I know it's longer than that. It's not gonna like break any records or anything, but it's still quite long. You know.
For a movie standards,
yeah.
For movie standards, over 2 hours is considered pretty long.
Yeah, exactly.
And so because the usual movie, exactly.
Zack Snyder has also like discussed the possibility of a sequel to this version as well, and it's like make this one the canon version. Like,
may as well just throw away, just literally delete Justice League off of everything.
Yeah. And I think the biggest takeaway from this trailer, just before we move on real quick, the biggest takeaway from this trailer was we live in a society. Jared Leto, Joker.
My god!
A lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't like that he says the line on the internet. I thought it was pretty funny. I doubt it's going to be in the actual movie, but you know, I thought it was pretty funny that Zack Snyder has always been like a bit of a joker. A bit of a prankster kind of thing. He's like a light-hearted guy, so it's kind of funny that he put that in there. Jared Leto Joker looks pretty cool as well.
It's much improvement.
Yes, yeah. Like there were photos that came out before this trailer dropped, and like I already could tell that he was going to be a lot better than he was in Suicide Squad.
No more damage on his forehead.
No more tattoos. It's confirmed that this is a different Joker, so it's not the same character that he played in Suicide Squad, which I like.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the actual Jared Leto Joker and give us the proper one.
Yeah.
Give us one we deserved from that we didn't get in Suicide Squad. Give us what we wanted, because Jared Leto, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's so good in American Psycho.
He is great.
That's the only thing I've seen him in, and he's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so moving on from Snyder Cut, that was a massive break, and we're just excited because it literally happened just before we started recording.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to some more game news. We got some Fall Guys news. Data. It's kind of weird how this just happened when me and you have started playing Fall Guys a little bit again. Fall Guys, like some leaks have come out about a Fall Guys and Fortnite crossover event where Fortnite characters are getting skins in Fall Guys. So
we're gonna get Jonesy from Fortnite in fucking Fall Guys.
Obviously, this is all like data mining and leaks and speculation, but the guy who mined these files is very reliable. So I would say, accept this as fact. I'm accepting it as fact because he's been right a bunch of times before. At some point in the future, no release date, obviously, we were going to get Bright Bomber. These are the Fortnite skins. We're going to get Bright Bomber. We're going to get Ripley, which I'm actually quite excited for. Ripley's like the blue Slurpee like boy in dungarees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get him, and we're going to get a few more Fortnite characters are going to get skins in Fall Guys, which is I don't know. Fall Guys have been doing good on the crossovers, I think. Unlike Fortnite. Like, Fortnite, the crossovers have been but
they've just been, like, they've just been, like, yes, these are existing characters. Now we're just going to make the real people into 3D models and then put them as skins. No, Fall Guys actually has their own spin on it. Make them kind of cutesy and make them actually work in the game.
Like the Doom skins. The Doom skins look brilliant.
Oh my god!
The Godzilla skin.
So
I
good.
love the Godzilla skin.
Yes, I'm so upset on him. I'm so upset I missed it.
Yeah, same. It's great. Yeah. So,
yeah, they try with their skins, and Fortnite don't because they can just make a 3D model of a person and put it over. Because Avengers, they are already people, so it's not going to be that hard.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Also, breaking on Monday. This broke on Monday. Some Apex Legends news. For anyone who plays the game, I know it's still got quite a large player base. I believe he's called Caustic, one of the heroes.
Oh yeah, I need to play him actually.
Yeah. So, from what I understand, obviously I don't play the game. Caustic has gotten quite overpowered over the last few seasons.
Has he?
He's been buffed and buffed and buffed, and Respawn have come out in a tweet and said he's going to get some attention. So. Caustic players, nerf on the horizon. Nerf on the horizon.
That is so ominous, and I love that. God damn it, Respawn. No, and the thing is, well, in honesty, like Caustic, when I originally played him, which was very early on in the game's development, like not development, in the game's like release, I played it at the very start. Yeah. And he wasn't overpowered. He was good at crowd control, but that was it. Yeah. And you could easily get rid of his shit. He wasn't that overpowered. He was kind of in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I understand. That he was fine, but then he's just got continuously buffed over and over again.
I could probably imagine that like his shit gets has probably been more damaging than it already was. They're probably harder to hit or like bigger radius, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That But, and like it wasn't really that needed, to be honest. Like most of the characters are pretty like even because all of them have their good shit, but they all have their flaws.
Yeah,
kind of like
which is
making him
which is good for an for a hero-based shooter, and I think it's something that
And
many other hero-based shooters could learn from. Cough, cough.
Yeah,
Ash from Overwatch. Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why have only 2 characters that can fly in a heavily ground-based shooter? Doesn't make any sense. It just makes them overpowered because they're the only characters that have it, and like half the cast can't deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Moving on.
Not enough about Overwatch.
Moving on.
It doesn't matter. Move on.
More gaming news. Resident Evil 8. This is just a little quick one. Resident Evil 8 has been said. Capcom have said that it is going to be much larger than Resident Evil 7, and like I hope so because it's a whole village rather than just a house. But it's good to have that reassurance because even though Resi 7 was in one house, it was still like huge. Like the house was massive.
Oh right, yeah.
So
I have such high hopes for Resident Evil.
Yeah, so do I. For a number of reasons, of course. For
Lady is it Dimitrescu?
I can't remember her name, but yeah.
Yeah, I have. So I have quite a few reasons to play the game.
We're gonna talk about some graphics upgrades and graphics downgrades now. Not any fault of the games in question. These are all like user created things. So Horizon Zero Dawn has got a mod on PC. Someone has made a mod which allows you to play the game in 72 pixels. So it still runs at 60 FPS. It runs fine. Like it's really fluid. But you play it with 70 pixels. And you think of like YouTube videos where the lowest quality setting is 144. It's half that. Like, you can play the whole of Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah.
How is that even playable?
I just thought it was quite funny to include there.
You'll see the squares. Yeah, you'll literally see this. What?
Yeah, you can look up the video on Twitter or whatever, or on YouTube, wherever it is. It's pretty funny. It's quite funny. But yeah.
It's like how we watched an Eminem music video in the lowest quality when it was all CG.
It's great.
What's the song again?
Not Afraid. Watch Not Afraid in 144p and like
After-
0.25 speed.
After Eminem starts flying,
Yeah.
after you do that, put it at 0.25 speed, lower it to the lowest quality, and you'll see. I know it was a while back,
Yeah.
and I give him credit for it, but you'll just see how bad it is.
When
Like, the
when
animation
Eminem
rig.
starts flying, that's so good out of context.
Yep, the goddamn the animation rig, it could use some improvement, to be honest.
So talking about graphics upgrades, another mod for Mario 64
No.
has given it ray tracing.
What? What is the purpose?
But I gotta ask, why?
Yeah. So now, Super Mario 64, the game that most PCs could probably play if it was ported.
Yeah.
Now, it is the game. Since they added ray tracing, it is the game that only high-end PCs.
You need a Nvidia 3000 series graphics card to run it.
Yeah.
And
I'm done.
the footage was taken from I think it's dry docs, and like the water textures, man, it's like it's Mario 64.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch. Is it? Yeah, all the reflections as well. Oh my god, Jesus. Who would spend their time doing that?
It's better than the 3D All Stars collection. It's like, like come on.
But Nathan, you forget if a Switch tried to play that, it would explode.
Yeah, the Switch would melt. Anyway, I thought that was quite funny.
That is hilarious. I'm gonna watch that as soon as we stop this recording. Oh my god.
Some Grand Theft Auto news, which is quite exciting actually. Obviously, we know about GTA 6 and like that's in development and things.
Finally, after 8 years.
But going down another route, Take-Two, who worked on some of the older GTA games, have said that the interest in GTA remasters is, I quote, encouraging. So, could we get a GTA 4 remaster, a San Andreas, a Vice City? Like, come on.
Give it to us.
We need ray tracing Big Smoke. We need ray tracing Big Smoke, bro. We need him. GTA
I want to see the pause on goddamn Big Smoke's forehead. I want to see that in high definition. Give it to me, gamers. Come on.
So yeah, GTA remaster could be coming, might not be. We don't know. It's encouraging, apparently.
Okay, that's all we have.
Yeah. Talking about PS5 and Xbox Series X. Obviously we know it's pretty much impossible to get your hands on a next gen console these days. And even if you do want to get your hands on one, you're going to be paying a lot because of scalping prices and things like that. But this is for the UK, and some MPs in the House of Parliament have put forward a bill to make console scalping illegal.
Whoa!
So
let's just give a definition. The definition of console scalping.
So pretty much, console scalping, basically, you buy a console from like an official retailer for the retail price, so it's going to be like 450 quid for a PS5, and then you sell it to other people, like whether that be directly or on eBay or whatever, for a larger than retail price, usually quite substantially larger than the retail price. That's pretty much it. So the main difference between scalping and resale is like the difference in price, like the predatory pricing. Yeah. So MPs could be voting to make that illegal. They good. I mean, it will stop people like Cough Cough Morgs from buying like 500 of them or whatever.
God.
Yeah, it's good. We'll stay on PS5 because I have some more PS5 things. A law firm has started a lawsuit against Sony for PS5 DualSense controller drift. Saying that it's a fundamental design flaw, and Sony should be sued for shipping defective products. And I think, yeah, do it. Just make sure to set your sights on Nintendo next, yeah? Because you play with the Joy-Cons on the Switch for like more than like, I don't know,
2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds, and then they become unplayable.
It's why my Joy-Cons are now sitting inside a drawer in my desk. They are now unusable.
Yeah,
and
same.
So I sold
mine because I couldn't play on them. I sold them and bought a Pro Controller with the money because that's what you have to do with the Switch. But
it's one of the reasons why I hate it. But that's getting off topic.
Yeah. So PS5 DualSense controller. Sony could be forced to make it work, but it's a good thing obviously because it will stop them making controllers with drift, which is always a good thing. But it's also a bad thing because it's like if they have to go back into production, that's going to mean even more delays on the consoles. It's like I actually want to get my hands on a console at some point, but I can't.
Yes, I want to play my Guilty Gear Strive and Persona 5 Royale in 4K, please. Exactly. I want it. I want my games to look good. Yeah. Like, God, give it to us, Sony. We all have the money after Christmas. Come on, just do it.
Yep. And also in PS5 news, a company has set up their own independent business selling custom PS5, like, the plates, the white things around the console.
Have they been sued?
Well, they said their mission statement, the mission statement of the company is go ahead, sue us.
That is amazing, because that is the thing. That shouldn't be sue worthy.
Yeah,
because they're paying extra.
Exactly, they're paying extra, and they're voluntarily the customer, like the retailer, makes it clear that taking the plates off will violate the warranty, and the consumer willingly agrees to that. So it's nothing, like the retailer makes it clear, so there's nothing illegal about that. It's not like they're doing it without the consent or anything. So it's weird how the PS2 custom, like, there was a business where you could send your PS5 in and they would like replace the plates so it made it look like a PS2. It was really cool. That was shut down by Sony. But now this is literally any design you want, they will like put on the plates. So that's pretty cool.
What do the prices look like?
I haven't actually looked. It's an American company. But yeah, go and look. If you're one of the like 5 people with a PS5, then check it out. It's not illegal.
If you want to get rid of your warranty.
If you want to get rid of your warranty, but like they're just putting new plates on. They're not doing anything to the actual console.
Yeah. It's not like you've already bought the PS5. It's not like you're buying the plates separately to decrease the amount of money that Sony gets. You're paying more to not only just get new plates, but to also get rid of the warranty.
Exactly.
You're actually giving more money to Sony because you can no longer give it to them to give you a refund.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like, there's nothing illegal about that because they know that, which is why their mission statement is so comical.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's great.
It's true. You can't be. But unfortunately, if they are to sue, there is no chance they'll win. Yeah. So they'll obviously have to put it down. But hopefully that stays up for at least another month.
Yeah.
However, I feel as though Sony are gonna have to focus on this lawsuit with their controllers first. So they have a bit of time.
Apparently, obviously, we haven't played on the PS5 yet. But
no.
But apparently the drift is like Switch level unplayability. So and considering DualSense controllers cost 70 quid each, then they need to fix that. Obviously we're not encouraging all these conspiracy theories and stuff. I'm just saying that there are conspiracy theories that Sony is deliberately putting it in to, like, up the sales of controllers and make people buy more controllers. it's plausible, but obviously I'm not saying it's true or not.
Yeah, of course.
But,
I mean, how are we supposed to know that?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Moving on from PS5, got some Pokemon news.
What?
The Pokemon series reaches its 25th anniversary this year. Since the release of Pokemon Red. Yeah, it is cool. They're planning a virtual concert to celebrate the event, like a music concert, with the front man being Post Malone.
What?
I can get it because Post Malone is like, you know, he's a huge Pokemon fan and all that. He loves the games. He has all the games, all that sort of stuff. They've released a trailer for it, or like a little teaser trailer for it, and it basically is Post Malone. He's walking up onto the stage, and he like has a Pokeball in his hand, and he presses the button on the Pokeball, and he turns into like a Pokemon avatar version of himself.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
It's already been memed. It's already been memed to death. This broke on Thursday. It's already been memed to death. He like turns into a Pokemon avatar of himself. But yeah, all we know is that there's going to be a Post Malone. I think Katy Perry is also involved. There's going to be a virtual concert with them. But yeah, congrats Pokemon on 25 years. You know, it's a great franchise. I love it.
Oh yeah.
And you know, give us those Diamond and Pearl remasters that have been rumored. Just give them to us.
Do it. You know you'll get higher sales than Sun Shield ever did. Come on.
Also on Nintendo news, we're going back to Nintendo news. New trademarks have been taken out by Nintendo, so they've reevaluated their trademarks on the words Phantom, like the phrases Phantom Hourglass and Wind Waker. So they've reevaluated their copyright on them, on those phrases. So could we be getting a Toon Link collection in the same vein as the Super Mario 3D All-Stars? Because obviously Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker are both Toon Link Zelda games. So maybe we could be getting remasters of those? Hopefully. I like both those games. I think they're both pretty good. And if they're going to make it a trilogy, I think Spirit Tracks, like I know a lot of people don't like Spirit Tracks, but I think it would be the logical one to put in there to make it a trilogy. But we'll see. That's just speculation at this point. Nothing's been confirmed except the fact that Nintendo have like re-copyrighted these phrases, which I think is a little bit weird considering they're nowhere near expiry for like fair use and stuff like that. They're nowhere near expiry.
And also the fact that I don't think Nintendo have any intention of using any of Toon Link in any other Zelda games.
Yeah.
So we're not going to see a Wind Waker 2 or anything like that. So it's pretty weird.
Yeah, very strange. Remasters could be good though. I like those games.
Oh yeah, totally. It was a Switch port at least.
Yeah, exactly. At least a port. Yeah, because I mean, all of the games we just listed are DS games, and like they control as well as you would expect for a DS Zelda game. Like a Switch port would be good.
Yeah.
Wind
Waker was GameCube.
Oh, was it? All right, yeah, my mistake then. Yeah, Wind Waker was
GameCube. Original Wind Waker was GameCube, I believe.
Yeah.
But then
it may have been ported to DS, but yeah, if it's GameCube, then. Yeah. I mean, if it's GameCube, it must be even more clunky to control because I've seen I've handled the GameCube controller and I do not enjoy it.
but the buttons are still the same, I guess. And so they could do it. Wind Waker would definitely be ported. Yeah. I would love to see that because Wind Waker is a great game.
It is great and it's really good. Moving on to some movie/gaming news, the Borderlands movie. We talked a little bit about this in I think back in episode 9 a while ago, and Borderlands movie has started filming now, and it has added 3 actors to its public cast. Obviously, there's going to be more than 3 people in the movie, but 3 actors have been 3 actors have been publicly added. Jamie Lee Curtis has been added as the Dr. Tannis, I believe she is from Borderlands 2. Jamie Lee Curtis is the main girl from Halloween, and I'm sure she's been in other films, but she was the main character in Halloween. She was also in the 2018 remake of Halloween, and I actually like her a lot in that movie. She's very cool. So
Is it a good movie?
it's the best Halloween sequel. Let's put it that way. Well,
Is it the best remake? Is it the best horror movie remake? As in slasher?
It's it's the best. Apart from obviously the original Halloween, I think it is the best. But the gap is so wide. Yeah.
I mean, the original Halloween is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't really.
So Jamie Lee Curtis has been added. Kevin Hart has been added as an as yet undisclosed role. But I think Kevin Hart can bring that sort of manic energy to the movie that the Borderlands needs.
Definitely. He could definitely pull off some of the comedic parts.
Yeah, exactly. But playing Claptrap, who is a very major character in the Borderlands series, the little robot guy.
I want to guess this. Is it okay? So Claptrap, is it someone that definitely is it a bad voice actor that we do not want in it?
It is an actor who. Yeah, no, it's a great voice actor. I've just realised what other voice he's done. Yeah, it's a great voice actor.
Oh, okay. Great voice actor. I thought you were going to say something like...
No. He's mainly an actor, but he has done voice work. He has done voice work, and his voice work is amazing.
Oh. Because I was going to say some random guy. I can't remember his name, but he's like, I can't remember. Let's just tell us all.
Jack Black is playing Claptrap.
Jack Black. Wait a minute. Wait, why can I not remember anything about him? Wait a minute.
Poe?
Why am I...
Panda?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Why did you think that was bad? That's amazing.
Yeah. He's brilliant.
That's amazing. That's great. I'd love to see him in that. He needs more work. Jablinski Games. He's a bit of a brain.
Jablinski Games. He's gonna be in a game. He's gonna be in a game movie. Jack Black
be in a game movie.
Yeah, Jack Black is gonna be Claptrap. So we'll see how that goes. I hope it's gonna be great. The Borderlands movie, like, it could go either way. I mean, we've seen some good video game movies recently. Like, I liked Detective Pikachu, and the Sonic movie was not terrible. So, I mean, hopefully...
Probably one of the best out of the game to movie proper.
It's definitely one of the best. Yeah, I will agree. It's definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
And hopefully the upward trend will continue. Hopefully we don't get, another Mario Bros. Movie.
Names. Mario, Luigi Mario.
Of course, yeah.
What? We know you're the Mario Brothers. What?
The Mario Brothers.
They literally made it. They literally made Luigi Mario, Luigi's name, proper canon, and why?
Yep.
God damn it.
Moving on to a little bit of Xbox news, a bit of Halo news, actually, specifically.
Oh yeah.
Halo Wars 2 has officially ceased. Like, it stopped its lifespan. There will be no more updates for Halo Wars 2 now. And there's no plan for a Halo Wars 3, but the studio, which is like a subsidiary of Bungie, who make all the Halo games, the studio has not been disbanded, so that is like causing rumours of like, is there going to be a Halo Wars type game in the Master Chief Collection? Is there going to be like a spin-off game based around, like, I don't really know much about Halo Wars. It's like a strategy type thing, isn't it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, big third person kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this sparks rumors, sort of, and we talked a little bit late 2020 about the announcement that the Master Chief Collection is going to get new content in 2021. Which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird because they've already done Halo 1 to 4. So that probably means Halo 5 is coming. But if this studio is still up, maybe we're going to get Halo Wars 1 and 2 in the Master Chief Collection. Maybe we're going to get something completely new. I think the Master Chief Collection does need original content to like keep the lifespan going, because I love the Master Chief Collection. I think it's great, but it's marketed at people who have already played the games. Like, I think some original content would do wonders for it, and it would make it a whole lot like more accessible. So let's see, we'll see. Speaking of the Master Chief Collection, we got a little bit. The Master Chief Collection gets a custom game browser next week. So you can. So it's like similar to multiple of the multiplayer games like Overwatch, where you can like see the lobbies. See the lobbies people are hosting. Sort of it's just a game browser. It's just a lobby list pretty much, and you can join people's servers and I don't know. It's just a game browser. But it's good to see that, and that's going to be implemented on all the games, not simultaneously. They're all going to have separate ones. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they're like working on these little quality of life things. So like, instead of just going into matchmaking, you can now choose a specific server if you wanted to play with specific people and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cool. It's not a huge change, but it's worth mentioning. Speaking of games that are ceasing development, or in this case, a game that is not ceasing development, Spiritfarer has shared the devs. Thunder Lotus Games have shared their plans for some post-launch content, all of which will be free. So they're gonna be adding new content in form of updates. So more islands, more spirits, like some more missions. So like just more, pretty much. They're the thing, like what they were saying is we're not done with the game. We're not done with the game. We're still gonna go. And I like that because Spiritfarer is a great game. I love that game. And it's good to but I have completed it and it is quite short. So I'm glad to see that there's more.
Indie game.
Yeah. So. Moving on to.
That's so much news.
Yeah, I know, it's been a big week. That's what I was saying. We're nearly at the end. Some Assassin's Creed Valhalla news for Ubisoft.
Oh.
Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The fans have hit back at Ubisoft for the huge amount of microtransactions in the game. And a lot of people, like, 'cause unfortunately, microtransactions are sort of commonplace in games these days. But Ubisoft, people are saying that Ubisoft has done something particularly predatory, where it started the game with no microtransactions, so all of the reviewers and people would say that there are no microtransactions, and then like a month or two on, they would implement microtransactions.
That is kind of scummy.
Yeah. So obviously the fans are hitting back at these, and especially like how expensive they are as well. Like, and it is pay to win. It's not cosmetics. It is like enhancing things that will. Like, I sort of don't get it though, because it's a single player game, so it's not like you're hurting anyone with it. But even so, microtransactions are bad, just anyway, just in any form. But yeah, people are hitting back at that, and hopefully Ubisoft changes it. And a related story, Assassin's Creed Valhalla has brought Ubisoft their largest sales revenue ever for the company.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. Quarter 4 2020 gave them their biggest revenue ever from that one game. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah. A little bit of some big news. Some TV news.
A little bit of big news.
A little bit of big news. It's a little bit of news, but it's got a lot of people excited. The Last of Us TV show, which is in development at HBO Max right now. HBO Max, Snyder Cut is also coming out on there. Has cast Joel and Ellie. Well, obviously they've already been cast, but it's made public now who's going to be playing Joel and Ellie. Joel is going to be played by Pedro Pascal, who is known for playing Mando, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. And I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. Bella, this child actor called Bella Ramsey is going to play Ellie. I had never heard of her. Don't know if she's good or not. Yeah. But it's great how Pedro Pascal is in this, because the story of The Last of Us is kind of the same sort of deal as The Mandalorian. So I suppose they saw him in The Mandalorian and they were like, yeah, he can play this part very well, because Joel and Mando are kind of similar character archetypes. And yeah, I hope it's going to be good. You know, the Uncharted movie, which is getting very closely compared to the Last of Us TV show, Uncharted movie seems like it's going to be good, and I hope this Last of Us show is going to be good as well. There have been a lot of memes about, you know, the casting and stuff like that, but I hope it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And I think, finally, my throat is sore now. I think that's pretty much it for the news. Ace Attorney collection. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is coming to PC, PS4, and Switch. No release date yet, but it's been spotted.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, some new Ace Attorney games, which is going to be great. No release date yet, but yeah, it exists. But also
that's all we need.
Yeah, that's all we need. Also, a teeny weeny bit of anime news. Godzilla Singular Point. The anime has revealed its design for Godzilla. Looks great. Looks cool. I know Godzilla Planet of the Monsters didn't really get it right. I'll say it in the nice way.
No.
Didn't really get it right. But this looks a lot more like 50s-ish. It looks like the original Godzilla, pretty much.
So yeah. So
it looks like
similar
the original.
to in the way that
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say that it's similar in the way that Shin Godzilla did it. In the final form of Shin Godzilla, it nods to the original design but stays in its uniqueness.
Exactly. And this one, Shin. I should probably closely compare it to Shin Godzilla rather than the original. Looks like Shin Godzilla, but it's just a little bit like chunkier, pretty much. It looks good.
And he was already a mega thick, so.
And also a teeny little bit more of manga news, a little bit, just a little bit of funny news. The Malaysian release of Attack on Titan, the manga, has censored. It's got some of the most bonkers censoring I've ever seen. Because obviously in Attack on Titan, the Titans are like naked, but you know there's nothing down there. You know, there's no parts.
There is nothing down. Yeah,
But the Malaysian print of the manga has put giant pants on them.
Oh no!
They put giant like boxer shorts that go down to the knees. They put like giant shorts on them, like skin tight shorts.
Oh, fuck off! No, they haven't.
It's so weird. But yeah, I just thought that was quite funny. You should look.
That is.
Everyone, look it up. It's pretty funny.
Hold on, I am looking that up right now. Malaysian censorship.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No.
Oh my!
We got the live reaction
from?
right here.
Where do they get? Where do the pants come from? They even like put them on a part in Attack on Titan where they, like it's majorly like it's super goddamn important scene.
Yeah.
But he's just wearing giant pants.
Yep.
Why? That is so weird. Like this reminds me of goddamn One Piece dub censorship of cigarettes being changed for lollipops, guns being either devices that like have like a spring-loaded shoe on them or like just finger pointing.
Yeah,
it's the exact same thing.
It's so stupid.
There's nothing there to cover up.
Yeah, it would be something if the Titans were actually like nude, but like if they actually had like parts or whatever. But there's just nothing there. So
what will they do with female Titans? They have breasts.
Yeah.
You're gonna give them a bra? Where would they get the bra from?
Exactly. It's just stupid.
That is so funny. Oh my god.
But,
That is. I'm so glad I'm so glad we ended on that. That's made my night.
And that ends off the news section, and so that ends off episode 11, the return of the Weeb Couch. And yeah, I'm glad we came back this week, because if we were to come back next week, we'd probably have a lot to catch up on. So I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Obviously, I know we've been gone for a while, but we're going to get back on the weekly updates now. Yeah, this was a good episode. There's a lot of good stuff that we went over.
Yeah, mostly good.
Mostly good. Yes, Snatch is probably the thing. Just watch that movie, man. Both of the anime as well. Hellsing Ultimate, Devilman Crybaby. Watch those anime. And but above all, the most important thing we've learned is that you should subscribe, and that you should like, and that you should get in touch with us on Instagram or on email, both of which will be in the description. If you have anything you want us to cover, anything at all, any anime, film, whatever, send it to us, and we'll cover it. We'll tell you what we think. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, you gotta chill at the end. It's been a while.
Of course.
But yeah, we hope you have a great week.
Yeah, good to be back.
Indeed.
Good to be back in the chair talking about random shit on a weekend.
Literally. Yep. And yeah, we'll see you next Sunday. And until then, have a great week.
You actually will. Don't worry.
You will this time. Yeah, exactly. And until then, this has been the Weeb Couch. Goodbye.
See ya.